We're here at the 19th Yahrtzeit of Reb Shlomo Carlebach in Har HaMenuchot, as you can see from the background. We're very close to the grave. And with us is Rabbi Dr. Joshua Ritchie, who goes way back to 1964 that you first met Reb Shlomo.
And I was being modern Orthodox observant. But to meet Shlomo was such an unbelievable experience. To meet a Jew who really loved and lived Judaism and loved every Jew and brought every Jew closer to God and to each other. It was a very transforming experience to see somebody who embraced you with such love that you felt the response that your heart opens up and you love everybody. Like he was loving everybody. He embraced every Jew. He reached out to every human being in the world.
So for almost 30 years you were very close to Reb Shlomo, and you hosted him in your home in where, in Los Angeles?
We hosted him wherever we were. We lived for many years in Los Angeles, and when we lived there we had a wonderful, beautiful home at 613 North Las Palmas.
Wow, how'd you choose the number?
It did get chosen for us, obviously. And it was waiting for us, a beautiful home. 613. It was.
And so you must have hosted Reb Shlomo many times.
Yeah, we were there for actually something like 15 years. And
so
Shlomo,
this was kind of the center of Reb Shlomo
whenever
in
Shlomo
Los Angeles
came to
area,
LA. Whenever Shlomo came to LA, we had the honor of that being his home. And our youngest son Ziv, who now is the author of all these books of Shlomo and works so hard.
Here at the Yahrtzeit with
Ziv turned over his bedroom to Shlomo, and that was Shlomo's room. And so that was Shlomo's room whenever he was in LA, and he'd only stay a day or two or three, and often he would stay a week or two on occasion.
And when he came for these extended periods of times, he would teach in your home, as well as leading, singing. What else would they do? I know there are many recordings of the teachings.
Well, we had, thank God, many evenings in our home. He gave many concerts in the area, and then often after the concert he'd come back and have a teaching till 2, 3 in the morning. On occasion we made events, and on occasion we actually made a Shabbaton. We had one beautiful Shabbaton with Shlomo. We had maybe
when was this
70 people.
What year approximately?
That would have been, we were there from 78 to about 93. So it was in that period. It would have been in the late 80s.
So you were, from 78 to 93, you were really the main base of Reb Shlomo in the Los Angeles area.
He would come 3, 4, 5, 6 times a year.
And you saw many Balei Tshuva come through this area? And
that's what we hear. People come up to us all the time and say, I first met Shlomo, I first was touched and started the path or became through your home.
Now you received smicha from Reb Shlomo. Would you tell us about this smicha? What was the ceremony? What was the meaning of the smicha?
Shlomo was looking to give smicha to a few people that he felt would carry on his message and be his type of musmachim. As far as that, it starts out with, a Rav, he should be called, so he's telling me I have to call myself rabbi, and a teacher, and he went through a list of things that he felt I should be doing, which I try to review every now and then and realize I'm not doing, but striving to...
Like what, for example, did you think you should be doing?
Building, uplifting people, drawing people close, teaching, inspiring, counseling. It's...
but you've established a whole counseling center.
It's true.
So you've certainly built up a legacy that continues Reb Shlomo's path.
I try. I and my wife do. And we feel what we are teaching is, I've learned, I think the approach that I learned is really a Shlomo approach, and I was privileged also after getting to know Shlomo. I came to settle in Jerusalem
What year did you come on Aliyah?
That was in '68.
Oh, in '68 you came, but then you went back to Los Angeles.
We also were back and forth. Right? We came to Israel
right after the Six-Day War.
But one of the times we came in '68, and we were here till '71 for 3 years. I was teaching at the medical school at Hadassah in Karen. And in those years, that was very special.
And there you also hosted Reb Shlomo when you were here.
In Bayit Vegan, we used to
You were living in Bayit Vegan. Then you became close to the Amshin of Rebbe at that time when you were in Bayit Vegan. So you also have another unique connection there with Reb Shlomo and the Amshin of Rebbe. I think that the three of you actually became very close, and that this played an important role in establishing Moshav Me'or Modi'in. Can you tell us about how this was, I guess, in 1976 or so, right? That through your efforts, the Admor of Amshinov was able to enable Pai, to Poarei Agudat Yisrael, to establish the Moshav for Shlomo's Hasidim. Can you tell us what happened?
You said it very nicely. There was a beautiful Amshinov Chassid by the name of Eliyahu Kitov. His name was really Avram Mikatovsky.
The famous Eliyahu Kitov from Sefer HaToda'ah
was
Yishuv Beito.
They learned in the same cheder in Amshinov and Otplatsk. They were raised together. Actually, the Amshinov I think was a few years older, about 3 or 4 or 5 years older. But they were in that same little cheder.